I'm Richard Bailey. I'm Senior Researcher at the International Council of Sports Science and Physical Education in Berlin, Germany. This chapter of the Aspire Training Manual is concerned with migration. International migration means the movement of individuals or groups from one country or region to another country or region. It can be voluntary, which happens when people move in pursuit of work or educational opportunities, or it can be forced when people move to another country for fear of danger or natural disasters. Now, historically, migration to Europe has probably happened as long as there are people in Europe. But recent developments are different because of the character and the sudden increase in recent years. A sudden rise in the number of people moving to the West has resulted in a number of different responses. Some based on fear and nationalism, some based on sympathy and unity. This section of the Aspire Training Manual aims to offer enough knowledge, skills and understanding to give the reader an appreciation of the challenges facing both immigrants and host communities in trying to develop a positive response to migration. It also hopes to challenge some of the lazy assumptions and misinformation that's often spread about immigration, refugees and asylum seekers. In order to get a sense of what's included in this section of the Aspire Training Manual, there are some questions that you might like to consider. For example, who are migrants, refugees and asylum seekers? And what do those words mean? Or what would lead someone to leave their home and travel, often long distances, to start a life in a new community? Which countries in the EU do you think are the ones most affected by migration? And which countries do you think most migrants travel from into Europe? Also, what about the issue of different behaviours? In what ways might people from other parts of the world behave differently than those in Europe in terms of educational expectations, gender norms, cultural practices and sporting interests? The Aspire Training Manual is fundamentally concerned with sport, and it's worth considering why sport is such an important vehicle for supporting the inclusion of migrants into Europe. It's well known that sport can bring people together from a wide variety of backgrounds. It's also known that sport can be the foundation of friendships and new social relationships. Sport can offer young people role models for how to behave. It can teach them the values of their family and their host communities. It can help teach coaching and communication and leadership skills. And perhaps most importantly, sport can offer a sense of hope. By giving you, the reader, an introduction to the knowledge, the skills, the values that are necessary to have some insight into migration and migrants, we hope that you will have a better appreciation of the complexity of the situation in the chapters that follow. This chapter on migration and migrants offers practical activities as well as knowledge, skills and values that will lay the foundation to help you make the most of the rest of this manual and the chapters that follow.